Hello everyone, welcome to MES e-learning channel. When we watch a movie, the start of the movie is important, right? And so the climax and so on. But what about the ending of the movie? Is it also important? What if there is no ending then? Or if there is no proper ending given then? How do we feel? We feel incomplete, right? So endings matter. So why do endings matter? Because we can say it reinforces the film and creates an impact in the minds of the audience. So as we have seen in a lesson, set induction is very important. It is important to give a good start to engage the learners, right? Same way, ending the lesson on a right note is also important. That brings us to our next skill, which is skill of closure. So what is skill of closure? It means closing, concluding and summing up, right? So in teaching, the skill of closure refers to how a teacher wraps up a lesson or a learning activity. It involves summarizing the key points, whatever a teacher has taught in that particular class. So summarizing it up at the end is very important. So why do we need to summarize? Because when we summarize the content taught in the class, it ensures that the student have understood the concept, right? And it also provides a sense of completion to the lesson. Like for example, if we have a bottle filled with water, and what if I don't put a cap to it? There are chances that the water may be flowing out of it, right? So same way, when you have introduced the child to a concept and when you have taught the key points in that concept, it is very important that at the end, you summarize it and you give a proper closure to that content. So what are the components of closure here? So consolidation of the major points by the teacher or the pupil. So as a teacher, after you have taught a particular part of the lesson, so summarizing can be done after a topic is ended and you're starting a new topic or at the end of the lesson. So you can summarize the point or else you can ask the students to summarize the points. So you can get the responses from the students here. That will be more impactful, we can say, because when you engage the learners in summarizing the content, so here you understand how much your students have understood the concept. Then, providing opportunities to pupil for applying the knowledge in various situations. Now, whatever knowledge the student have learnt in that particular class, every knowledge has an application in real life. So, there as a teacher, you can link their knowledge to application in real life. Like for example, you have taught a concept in science and then telling the child where that knowledge is applied in real life. So it can be done in the class or you can also ask the student to go home and find out the application of it, or else you can ask them to do an experiment and so on. Linking new knowledge to their previous knowledge. We have already learned that there is always a previous knowledge, right? So whatever the child has learned, it should be linked correctly so that the knowledge is, like we say, it is very much organized in their minds and there is better retention, right? So it is very important to link the new knowledge to their previous knowledge. And then it is also important to link the new knowledge to their future learning, right? So whatever concept the child has, like what was known, that is the previous knowledge. What you have taught them, that is their new knowledge. And what they are going to learn is their future knowledge, we can say, right? So all these should be linked properly at the end. Now, you have understood what is closure. You have understood what are the components of closure. Now, why do we need to do this closure? So for teachers, why is it important? Because lack of a proper closure, it results in not being able to evaluate the extent of effectiveness of the learning experiences. As like a teacher, you have taught them a content, right? Only if you ask questions at the end and or else when you involve the students in summarizing the points, from their responses you will understand whether the child have properly understood the concept, right? And you also get a psychological satisfaction when you do that. So if there is no closure, then personally there is no psychological satisfaction there. And without synthesizing the points covered during the lesson, it will be difficult to introduce the next part. Right, only if you have synthesized one particular content properly, then it becomes easy for the teacher to bridge that gap from the new knowledge to their future knowledge. So this is the importance of closure for a teacher. And now for students. Like for students, inability to structure a meaningful whole of the learning. Like for example, now the child have learned the concepts in parts. In a class, you were teaching them the meaning, the characteristics, okay? So you explained the meaning and you also stated the characteristics. Now at the end, it is very important to sum up everything together. So as a whole, the child understands the meaning and all the sets of characteristics well in their mind. And then the child should also understand what are his strengths and weaknesses there. Right? So closure helps them to understand that. And when a proper closure is given, like you saw in the components, the child is able to apply the knowledge in situation, in real life situation, or there is a proper simulation there when given, right? And there is also a satisfaction of achievement in the minds of the students. So when the students give answers and they feel, okay, so I have understood this concept, so that gives them a satisfaction of achievement. So this is the importance of closure for students. So we have seen the importance of closure for teachers as well as for students. Now individually let's understand the importance, okay? So consolidation of major points, that is summary, summarizing. So here after you have taught a particular content, it is very important to summarize it. Okay, so that the points stay concrete in the minds of the learners. And then after that, as we discuss, linking new knowledge to previous knowledge. So the child will have a prior knowledge which you have stated. Now you now you started the lesson using their previous knowledge. Then you stated your aim, right? What are they going to learn? And after that, you took them from their previous knowledge to the new knowledge. Then it is very important there to link in what they have learned to connect it with their previous knowledge. And then linking new knowledge to future learning. So here the teacher is trying to link it. Now here I have added a word, cliffhanger. What does that mean? What is a cliffhanger? Now, like for example, when there are some movies, okay, and in that movie it ends with a bang on, or where there is a suspense in that movie in the end, which is not revealed in the first part. We generally have a lot of curiosity and we wait for the second part to come, right? Yes or no? So same way, how to build curiosity in the learners so that they come back happily to learn the next part of the lesson. So as a teacher, it will be very good if you can give a cliffhanger at the end of the lesson. So what is cliffhanger here? Cliffhanger keeps the curiosity in the child. It can be anything. Okay, so how to use this cliffhanger, I'll show you in respective lessons through my short videos. But here it is very important for you to understand the role of cliffhangers. Why do we use cliffhangers? So that the curiosity is kept for the future learning for the child. So this will help you in bridging the gap between the new knowledge to the future knowledge. So remember the word cliffhanger, okay? And then finally, at the end of the lesson, it is very important to give the closing statement. Like when you introduce the lesson, you give your statement like, today we are going to learn. I hope you remember how we did it, right? Now, at the end, when you're closing the lesson, it is very important to give the closing statement like, so today we have learned what? So whatever you have learned will be stated here at the end, and this is the closing statement stated at the end of the lesson, which shows that you have closed that lesson there. So I hope you understood what is the skill of closure and how it is done and the importance of closure. Now, I'll demonstrate you how to use this skill in your teaching through my short videos. So that's all in this session. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.